afternoon. It is Thursday, July 20th. And this is episode
27.
27. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Episode 27
of Three Sisters Knit podcast.
Yes, I'm Sheila, and you can find me on Ravelry as Shishi62.
And I'm Margaret, and I'm Magpie60 on Ravelry as well. And we have a Ravelry group called Three Sisters Knit podcast. So if you want to look for us there, join our group. See what's going on.
That would be wonderful. 200 subscribers.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Like,
we have 200 members in our Ravelry group already, which is awesome.
Yes.
You can find us on the interwebs as well as Three Sisters Knit. And I will have a list of everywhere you can find us at the end in the credits if you want to look for us there. So today we're going to talk all about yarn and knitting and a couple little things that we did kind of off to the side, if you will, just as part of our daily lives.
Our sisterly travels.
Yes.
Traipsing around.
So we'll talk a little bit about that, but why don't we get started on some of the stuff we've been working on?
Well, first I want to just say thank you everyone for all the well wishes and congratulations of me becoming a grandmother. Yeah. I really, really appreciate it. She is an absolute sweetheart. She's a doll. She's 3 weeks old today.
Yeah.
She's 3 weeks old today.
Yeah. Adorable.
So,
just adorable.
I know. Yeah. She's just absolutely precious. She's not much of a crier. Yay, I know. But that's right now.
That's right now.
Let's just see how things go, right? We know how that can all change quickly.
Yeah.
So, but yes, she's just absolutely precious. So now I am eagerly awaiting the birth of my grandson, who will be born
anytime between
now and the due date.
Yeah.
So she was in the hospital and had some stuff, but she's fine. Baby's fine. Everything's good. So
yeah. So we're
just waiting.
Yes.
Waiting for him to bake a little longer.
Yes. But everything's going well with that one now, and so but we'll definitely share the news once we have it. Yes. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. So let's talk about yarny things.
So yes, so my FO is, as you can see, I'm wearing it. La la la.
Yeah.
This is my banner unfurled. I'm finished.
Oh my gosh, it's so nice.
Yes.
So the pattern calls for, I think it's sport weight.
It does call for sport weight. I did it in fingering weight.
And oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Look at the pattern in this.
It stretches out quite nicely.
Yep. So you can see there is garter stitch.
Yeah, it's a lot of garter. There's the lace and garter, but you can get you do striping and solid bits and things like that, and some beading. I actually put the beads in. They're not easy to see, but there they are. You can see the little shiny beads.
Yeah.
Just
that way. Yeah, bring it more towards me.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Just do this way.
There. Yeah. That's
see? Yeah, see?
Yeah, all the little beads there.
Yes.
So, and there's not a lot of beads.
There was about 39 or 40 beads. That's about all you need.
And you chose ones that really blended.
They're sort of a peacocky color, that sort of bluey green iridescent, and it matched very well with my variegated yarn that I chose. And so I thought it fit in quite nicely when they're there, but they're not.
Yeah, you can see a little bit of sparkle there.
Yeah, I didn't want them standing out.
Yeah.
So,
but it would look nice if you had, say, like a contrasting color that matched maybe one of the stripes. I was actually looking for the light blue, for this sort of very pale light blue, and I couldn't find them in that color. So I found these ones, which to me are the next best thing. Yeah. So it turned out very nicely. Yeah, and it sits really nicely. You can see all the different parts of the pattern.
Yes, it does. Very much so.
You see stripes, and you can see some of the beads and
some of the lace.
Oh, it's really pretty. So this is the banner unfurled, and we're doing a knit along on that. So if you're interested in joining, you can definitely go to our Ravelry group and see the chatter thread. Nobody else has really posted anything, and so I'm not really sure why, but we would love it if you would join along with us. And if you're talking about that, I'll show you mine. I haven't gone anywhere near as far on mine, but I have moved along nicely on mine since the last time. It is actually a fun knit. I find it just enough to keep it interesting. So this is mine. And you can see right now I'm still on the first two colors 1 and 2. There's my stitch marker, my
From
progress keeper.
time.
So that's where I was last time, and I've knit all up here. And I'm madly in love with these colors.
They are, it's just beautiful.
These are so much my color. So the speckle is Holy by Critium Handmade, and the pink is actually 2 lace weight ones. And I've just finished the first stripe section, and I've moved into doing some more of the lace, but this time in the pink.
I think one of the pinks is Malabrigo, isn't it?
Yes, one is Malabrigo,
and
it's called something Love Light or Light of Love or something like that. And the other one is Nitka, and it just has a number to it.
Yeah, it doesn't have a color.
Doesn't have a color. And one is a very bubblegum bright pink, and the other one has a more of a coral undertone to it. Yeah. So they work really well together, and of course they look amazing. Like I just love the way those stripe looks. And I have to say that part of the reason it takes me a long time is when I sit down to knit it, I stop every couple of rows and I go, I just love how this looks. Which is kind of sad. Yes. But so anyway, I have moved along in a couple of weeks. I have managed to do several inches on there, so I'm happy about that. Yes. But it's a very simple pattern to do. Like there's nothing frightening about anything in here that I think if you just wanted to sit and knit, it would be really good. But there's enough interest, like it changes every few inches. Yeah. To either a stripe or a solid garter or you're doing a bit of lace. But it's just enough to kind of like, oh, okay, now I'm going to change, and it's just sort of fun to do. I think if I sat for a while, I could really move along on it. It does. It actually, I'm like, yes, it took me almost a month to actually make this, but I've had a lot of other things on the go as well. Yeah, you've made a lot of other things. But yeah, when I sat down to knit, I was sitting down and I was like going at it. So, but yeah, so the yarns that I used, my variegated one is a one of a kind from Northbound Knitting. Yeah, MBK. MBK. The green is the green. And see, I have a lot left. This is all the yarn I have left. I can still make a pair of socks out of each of these yarns. Yeah. There's that much yarn left. Yeah. So this is Luna Gray Fiber Arts Athena sock is the green. And then this one, the light blue, is Georgian Bay Fiber. Carrington Winter Sky. Yeah. Now this green is called Viridian. Yes. The green from Luna Gray. Yes. So, and that's their little. Yeah. She sells. She only sells wholesale now, I think. So I think I think when we got her, she was selling at like the knitters. We saw her at Kitchener Waterloo. Yes. Yep. So she had a lot, and she sold online. She's since started a family, and I think she was finding it a little bit difficult. So she sells, and you can find her yarns at certain retailers. So if you go to her website, you can probably see. I think she actually sells at West, one of the ones out in Vancouver somewhere. Could be. So if you go to her website, she'll have a list of retailers. Yes, she will. So if you're interested, you can check her out, because she had a really beautiful selection. Many. Oh yes. Of if you like I have sort of solids. I have a couple of other ones. Yeah, solids tonals. Very beautiful tonals. She has basically what she does. Like every color under the rainbow. She really did a lot. So and I know a lot of people kind of have jumped on the speckle bandwagon, but you can never go wrong with having a solid or a tonal. Yes. Yeah. So anyway, that's who you are using. And you're right, there's enough left. You could definitely either make another shawl, another one like this. Yes. There's one of hers, another one. This is Aspen Valley Fawn, another one of it. Look at the tonals in that. Yeah. It's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. And then I have a sort of a rusty colored one in here, maybe. It might be some, but I'm not going to hunt. So Yeah, you could either make a pair of socks out of what's left, or you could do another shawl, or you could do like another one, but reverse the colors out somehow.
That's what I was saying. I said, oh, I could very easily make another one and just change the colors up as to which one is where. Change to which one is not one, two, and three.
Yeah.
Now, I did do some of the changing of doing that on my own as I was coming to the end, because I felt the green really blended with the variegated. I started putting the light blue between them so that you could see it a little bit better, so that the green would stand out that way. So I was using the light blue just a little bit more than it actually called for, just because I wanted all the colors to stand out. So, but yeah, it's lovely. It's my kind of scarf. It really is my kind of a shawl, like small. Just a small, thin, skinny shawl. And even on a day like today, like it's beautiful and sunny right now, but it has rained, so the temperature has changed.
Yes.
And it's just lovely. And I'm able to wear it. I don't like the back of my neck being cold. So even in weather like this, I'm wearing a scarf, which my husband thinks is hysterical. Well, I don't care. Keeps my neck warm. I don't like it cold.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so that is my first FO. My second one, you can see back here, these two little green things, little octopus.
They're cute.
I know, they're adorable. I like them this way too. Look at this curly hair, because they're they're for my my grandbabies. Thought, yeah, they could have curly hair. My hair's pretty curly, so I thought these would be really cute. You could do them like whatever. Yeah. But these, I've been seeing a lot of these made, and you see them online, and they're for preemies. And because they're very light, they're small, they're light, and the preemies can actually sort of hold on to the little legs.
Oh, okay.
So it gives them something to sort of curl and cuddle with, because it's so tiny and they're so tiny. Yes. So, but my grandkids are not going to be tiny by any means. So yeah, so I literally made these in one day. One in the morning and one in the afternoon. Nice. That's how quickly they whipped up. Nice. And I used that, the sock blank from our friend, and I made the barley hat first for Elijah, from my grandson that's going to be born, and so I've made him the matching little thingy to go with it, and I'm going to give this one, I'm going to give this one to my granddaughter. Yeah. So
very cute.
They're just so cute. I love them. They're adorable.
They are adorable.
They're just so cute. Just so cute. So
that's your FOs.
Those are my FOs. Yep.
I don't have any FOs. As you saw, I am working on our knit along banner unfurled, but I do have a hoe. So I posted a photo of it when I finished it. This is my Rose City rollers, and I think where I have the little progress keeper, because it's cuffed down. Yeah. So that's where I was the last time, and then I finished it and I did the contrasting toe to match the little curl at the top in the nice pink. And again, this was leftover yarn from the this is my smooth operator sock, so I thought I would show them both to you. So my smooth operator, I used the contrasting in the kind of golden yellow. It's very yellow there, but it's more orangey. Yeah, it's sort of very gold. Yeah, it's very gold. And then this I'm able to do with the pink. And it's amazing how good it looks with two incredibly different colors. Yes. So anyway, I wanted to share that with everybody just so you can see what the difference was, and how much you can actually make out of this stuff. So the contrast colors are also from Critium Handmade, but this is in her sari colorway. This is the main body of the socks. Yes. It's in the sari colorway. But oh my gosh, I just love them. So I haven't even gotten started on the next one, but I'm really looking forward to getting started on it. They're nice because, sometimes you don't want to wear a full sock, and it's just nice having a little ankle sock. Yeah, and sometimes I find in the transition season, so it's like it's not winter, and it's just starting to be maybe a little bit cool in the fall, and you might want to put a pair of socks on, but the little shorties are really cute. Yeah. I often think, I see sometimes they post photos of there was one lacy one I had seen on Ravelry, and the model, like you only saw her from like the knee down or the calf down, and it was a lacy sock, and she had it with a little high-heeled sandal, and which is something that, you know, me, I'm less like, you don't wear socks with sandals.
Yeah.
But it just looked
It was
so
perfect.
adorable.
It
and
just
you
worked.
see her with her little skirt, and this was, you know, it was a young woman. It wasn't like a child, but it just looked so adorable, and I thought, oh, I wonder if I could
had the guts to
wear
that.
socks with sandals. Do I have the appropriate sandals that I could do that with?
I know.
Because you want to show them off.
Yeah, I know you do. Like,
yeah.
The odd time I wear socks with my sandals. Like, I've got my
like Birkenstock.
Mine are Mephistos, but I the odd time I will wear socks with those.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking I'd like to get a pair of. I know Jess has a pair, and they're like the felted cover, like a clog almost.
Type of thing.
But they're the same thing. It's just that 3/4 or 2/3 of the foot is covered in the felted. I thought, oh, the socks would be perfect in something like that.
Yeah, they would.
So I
think
that's
I'd
definitely
like to look
a transitional
type of
exactly. Yeah. I know.
So.
Because I'm liking my socks.
Yes, me too. I keep thinking, man, if you know what's really funny is when I was working on this, I was almost finished the second one, and I was so I think I've mentioned this before. So I've learned Reiki. I've done my first 2 levels of Reiki, so that I can perform Reiki on other people.
Mm-hmm.
And so my Reiki master, we were chatting before we were doing an energy exchange, it's called. And so we were chatting, and I said, oh, I've started knitting socks. And I pulled out my phone and showed her a photo of this. And she's like, wow, no, I think I was wearing it.
Yeah.
And she goes, it looks like socks. Like, she was just so impressed that I made socks.
Yes, they do look like socks.
She was like, they look like, you could, I think she was like, they look like they could be store-bought. Right?
Yes.
They look so good.
Yes.
So, yeah, she was really impressed. I just thought that was really funny. They look like socks. Yeah.
That's kind of what I was going for.
Mission accomplished. Yeah. So,
I know.
Yeah, she's not. She's not a knitter. She does amazing paintings.
Yes.
She works in acrylics. She does
Everybody's
amazing
crafty in their own way.
Yeah, but socks is knitting and yarn stuff is not for her. But yeah,
that's okay.
Yeah,
we'll take that.
Yeah,
we'll cover her that area.
So that's all I've got done. I've got I've started on that, and I've got the hoe on this.
Well, and I have another couple of whips that I'm starting.
Yeah,
and that is I saw this in a magazine. I'm trying to go through magazines.
Yes, Sheila's been spending a lot of time.
Now that I finished this,
late into the night,
like 2:30 in the morning, I'm still down here looking up through patterns and everything, because I have a lot of patterns. I have like filing cabinet drawers filled with patterns and books with patterns, and I have, the magazine holders.
Oh yes, yeah.
I have several of those with books in it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I came across this one and I thought this is perfect because my grandson, the nursery theme is a nautical theme.
Yeah.
So I found this.
Beluga buddy. That's
so
cute.
These are pinned on, and I still have to make the last tail, but I'm working on this little beluga, and I have this acrylic yarn that I've had like forever, and I'm just making it out of that. Like, it doesn't even have to go in the crib. It's just a matter of I still have to put the little blowhole in the top. But yeah, there he's got his little flippers are made, and I've got half the tail. Now I just have to make the other half of the tail, and then I'll sew it all on and it'll be ready. So for her shower. So that's one of the things I'm working on. And then I'm also working on, I'm trying to get sweaters for the kids, for the grandkids for Christmas time. So I think I'm not much of a sweater maker. I don't like making sweaters or garments and things like that. It's just not me, but I'm going to try because it's my grandchild. So I'm going to make the flax light for him. And I have started it. And It is with some yarn that we got from David
Dogdare podcast.
Yeah.
I think
you won something.
Yeah.
You won something, and
he sent
a little something
for both of us.
For me too.
Yes.
So this is called the colorway. So no, I had double. It's called Triple Dog Dare, but it's from Dog Star Knits.
Yeah. Which we were really excited to get that. So
yes.
I haven't done anything with mine yet, but so that was one of the colors, Triple Dog Dare. I think the one I have...
It was just a test colorway that they were trying out. So
and I think the one that I have is called Double Dog Dare.
Yes.
And it's darker, but this is really lovely.
But
I love how that's knitting up. That's really
It is. It's knitting up very, very nicely.
And what I said as soon as I took a look at it was, oh, this goes with the Barley hat.
Yes, it does.
It's like very similar.
Yes.
So it's got little bit of, you can see over here.
Yes, there's garter stitch.
Over here.
Yeah.
Where my fingers are.
Yeah.
Where the green pin
is. The garter stitch, most of you know, the garter goes all the way down the arm. The sleeve.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it.
So, yeah.
And then it'll be stockinette.
And then the rest of it's stockinette. So that's the only design element.
And I think that yarn is going to look amazing.
I just love it. I think it's adorable. I'm doing the 6 to 12 month size.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going, okay, yeah, that should fit his head. My kids had large heads when they were born. And apparently little guy's got a good size head right now already.
Okay.
So the doctor's like, how far along are you?
Yeah.
They're measuring the head. Yeah, that's normal. It's my husband.
So it's a top down, I take it.
Yes, it is. It's top down. So this is the neckline, and it'll fit. It should go over his head fine. That's a good stretch, and that's all I want to make sure. Because he'll only be about 6 months old when it's Christmas. So I thought, go the 6 to 12, and it'll be through the rest of the winter. He probably won't be, but I just thought, kids get... It's just a guesstimate, and I figure I'd rather make it too big than not big enough.
Yeah, but even if he gets it at Christmas, it should fit him. He'll be in that time frame. Yeah.
So and through the winter as well. And it's a lightweight sweater.
Yeah,
so they will have, because they always have their little undershirts on and stuff. So that'll be just fine.
Yeah.
But I'm looking for a little dress pattern. That's the thing I've been trying to stay up and figure out what to do, and what I have a rough idea of what I want, but I'm not one to design something myself. I want it to be all in one, because I don't like piecing things together. I want it to have a nice yoke, and then be a little, I don't want it, I guess would be like
a ferrule yoke sort of ends here.
Yeah, I want I want the yoke to sort of be a little bit more, maybe like if not rounded, more boxy.
Yeah,
like at about mid chest.
Yeah,
for them, which would be under the arm a little bit,
like a little bit of an inch or so under the arm if it's a baby, a little one. Yeah,
and then sort of just a little bit of extra material there, like extra stitches there, like sort of So that's the kind of pattern that I'm looking for, and I don't really want. She's a really warm baby, so I don't really want. I want it sleeveless, sort of more like, I guess.
So she could wear
a pinafore dress or something like that.
So she could just wear like a t-shirt under
it. Yeah, she could wear a long sleeve. Like she's got some little undershirts, some onesies.
Yeah.
That just have a long sleeve, like the no legs, but just the long sleeve, which would be perfect, because then she can have like her little tights on under it and look just adorable, because she is. So, but that's the kind of pattern I'm looking for, and it's like, what
would be neat too is, because it sounds like it's a very traditional sounding dress,
but it's perfect for a new.
If you had like little gathers. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, like little pleats, like
a pleat where the changeover is.
Yeah, I don't want to get into that when I'm knitting it though, but I'd rather put on a few add extra stitches to make it look all of a sudden like all of it like almost like
fuller.
If it was short, it would ruffle.
Yes,
but when it's
that's
fuller,
what I mean
it'll just
have like little, if you could figure out how to pleat it. I'm sure you could go on YouTube and find.
Yeah, I'm not going to pleat anything. Then I'd have to make it separate and do
No.
folds.
I think you could. There's probably a way to do it with stitching, adding stitches a certain way. You could probably do
it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to do that though.
No, I'm just saying. You know, if you gotta
I
add
know.
stitches
I
anyway.
I
You like a
need
pattern.
pretty simple and basic, and I need a pattern, and I need
Mhm.
something to follow.
Mhm.
So yes, and I'm trying to use up yarn that I have. So
yeah.
I've got lots of stuff, and so I do have a nice cake of yarn that I got from SS when we had that dinner a while ago. The tweed.
Yeah.
Tweed, that sort of lilac-y tweed, and that'll be really nice.
Yeah.
That's what I want to make out of it.
That'll be really sweet.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's pretty much all I have and what I'm doing. So,
okay.
other than that, not too
no,
much
I don't
else.
really have any more yarn stuff.
No.
No.
Well, we can show the prize. We'll show the prize.
Right.
For the knit-along.
The knit-along for the Banner Unfurled that we're doing. And please know that I think she still has...
yes, there's a coupon code if you would like
available.
the
pattern. If you want to participate, you can buy the pattern and get...
it's on Ravelry.
Yeah.
You can go. It's under Katrina's Creations.
Yes. And
the coupon code is a capital TSK20.
Yeah.
And you'll get 20% off the pattern price.
Yeah.
So, and it goes until the end of August.
Yes.
August 31st.
Yeah. It'll probably take me that long to get through it because I got stuff on the go.
Yes. Yeah.
So
please join us in the knit along. It would be really great. We'd love to have everybody join in. And this is the prize.
So this project bag.
This project bag is by Critium Handmade.
Yes.
SS gave us this for a giveaway. And she has a matching skein of yarn and a
needle cozy.
DPN cozy and a stitch mark, a little tin with some stitch markers in it. So yeah, so that's the first prize. Yeah. So which is just lovely that she gave us something for a giveaway. Yeah. That was so nice of her to donate.
Yeah, and it's really, really nice.
Yes.
We love our, like I use my...
This one is
it's the double sock.
I call it the double sock or 2-ball project.
Yeah.
Because it has the
separator.
It's got the separator in the middle, so you can put a ball in each side. Yeah. And then there's a little pouch sewn in, a little pocket in the wall. So yeah, I use mine for my socks. Like I've only really started making socks in the last little while, but I love this bag for my socks. Yes. I really do. Especially since I've got I'm using the contrasting color for my toes and cuffs. Yes. I think it's handy to have the 2-ball thing. But if you then we also have two other prizes from Ginger Snap That. So we have our Canada Moose one with a that's the magnet shows one side. It's a magnet from Remembrances Pottery, and then a little sort of like a little Red Riding Hood progress keeper with some stitch markers. They've got little beads on them. Yeah. So you'll get a little it's a little notions pouch. And then we have another one, also with a magnet from Remembrances Pottery, and some more stitch markers. And this is the Holly Hobby one. Yeah. And there's that stitch. I know. So, yeah, and like the little material inside. Just adorable. Yep. Just really, really nice. So another little notions pouch. So those are the prizes for our knit-along. So we would love to see what you are up to. You can post in the chatter thread. Yep. And post the yarns that you've chosen. Yeah, I would love to see the color combinations. I also think I think we're doing Banner Unfurled Cal as a hashtag. Yes. So whenever we've posted anything, we definitely use that one, and I go in every now and then. I click on it just to see, but I haven't really seen anything, so would really love to see people. Yes, I have to post one about this. I haven't done it yet. Yeah. So, I think. Oh, I know. I was going to say I think we're finished, but we're not, because we were going to chat about a couple of things that we've been doing in the last 2 weeks. We've gone on our little traipsing around, as we said. So so just after our last podcast, we went to where we are. Where I am is in a little area called Clarington the Durham region.
Yeah.
And we went to a place called Levan Lavender Fields. And it was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we had lunch there, which the lunch was delicious. We had these black bean veggie burgers that were just amazing.
Oh my God, they were so good.
On these brioche buns.
Brioche buns covered in guacamole.
Yes.
Oh my God, it was so good.
They were so good. And they infused lavender into everything. I didn't
notice it in the burgers, though.
Not so much,
but
they had it in the iced tea. I had iced tea, and they added a bit of. Oh my gosh, it was just a hint of it, but it was just lovely. But you could sit there as you're sitting having lunch
because you're outside,
looking out on the lavender fields. Oh, it was beautiful. It was just beautiful, and you don't get that overwhelming smell of lavender.
No,
when they're there, and through July, every week you go, they say it looks different. So we may have to take a quick trip out there tomorrow just to check it out again.
Yeah.
And try some lavender ice cream because we had some. It was so good.
Yeah, after
lavender,
we were leaving,
black raspberry.
Because they have of course they sell all kinds of things that they make, handmade soaps.
Yes.
They had honeys that had lavender in it, different types of honey.
Yes.
They had
cookies
and baked goods with lavender in it,
which they make fresh there, and all their lavender skincare stuff they make on site.
Yes,
so which is really nice because I bought some like a body butter. I bought a Dead Sea salt scrub with the lavender, really nice, which feels amazing. I do that on my legs when I'm in the shower. I just scrub, get rid of all of that, exfoliate that skin.
Yeah,
and I also have a little mini mister. So
yeah, that's nice. I think you can put that on your pillow, like if you have a hard time sleeping.
Yes,
put that on a little bit before you go to bed, and just kind of let it help you sleep. I think it'd be really nice. It's supposed
to help a lot.
Yeah,
but they had some nice pottery there too that had like lavender hand painted lavender plants and that on it. Really, really pretty.
So you got a few body scrubs and things like that, and then just before we left, we thought we would get some ice cream as well.
Yes.
And what was it?
Lavender and blackberry.
Oh, it was so good.
Oh,
and if you're from the Toronto area, it's
Kawartha Dairy
is what the type of which that's the ice cream base, and then they have this is made for them.
Yes,
lavender blackberry.
And
there were other ones. It was just so good.
I know. It was absolutely delicious because my other favorite Kawartha Dairy one is Banana Boat. And it's got chocolate swirls going through with banana flavored ice cream and this sort of a marshmallowy ice cream as well, but it doesn't have the texture of marshmallow.
Yeah,
it doesn't really taste like marshmallow either. But I don't know. It's still my favorite.
Just sort of tastes like sugar.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? It's to die for. Either that or I'm going to take you up to Enniskillen tomorrow, and they have the most amazing butter tarts up there too.
They just had their butter tart festival.
I know. We went.
Oh.
They were so good.
Yeah,
oh
some
my
of
God.
My friends
they were so good.
They were posting photos of they're in Enniskillen. It's like butter tarts everywhere, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, they had about 6 booths set up of all these different places that sold butter tarts. Oh yeah.
I don't think they have butter tarts in the States. They might have them in some of the northern states, but I don't think it's
outside of Canada.
Yeah, to me it's a very Canadian thing.
It is.
So it's like it's a little mini pastry, like a
little
pie
pastry.
shell.
There was one there that does shortbread.
Oh,
that does a shortbread shell.
Pastry? Oh my gosh! So it's like a little, like a tart, like a tartlet or something. So it's a mini pie shell, and then I don't know what that gooey stuff that's
sugar,
but it's sort of like a
syrupy,
gooey.
The ones that you get that are processed, that like at the grocery store that you get, you can buy them in a box, and so they're full of all kinds of stuff that you really don't need. They're very thick. You bite into them and they don't drip. No, a real proper one needs to ooze out. Shouldn't run out. It should just ooze out.
And I like the ones that have
You can get them with
With
raisins, pecans. You can get them without. They had some there with apple in them.
Oh, that's different.
They
I've
had
never
some
had
made with maple. There was one that did a maple bacon butter tart as well.
Oh my gosh, that would be so good.
I know. That just sounds
amazing.
Delicious. It does sound delicious.
I like the traditional with the raisins. That's my favorite.
I got I went in and I bought a 6 thing of it, and I ended up getting, I don't know, it didn't label like these are raisins, these are this, these are this. Okay. So I looked at it and I went, well, these look fine. So I grabbed it. Well, they were just the plain ones. You can get them with nothing in them, just the
goo,
runny
just
stuff
the goo.
The goo that's so good.
It's so good. Because it's all sugar.
It is. It's all sugar.
So good.
I know. They were absolutely delicious though. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was the excursion that I went on with hubby. Of course, we had to take the convertible out to the up there. Has to take it for a run. So we did that. Had our ice cream.
Yeah.
And then this past Tuesday.
Yeah, just a couple of days ago.
Yes.
A group of yarn people were trying to meet. So Mars from Hey Brownberry podcast, she was coming up to the Toronto area to visit family. And so we were trying to have a bunch of yarn people getting together to meet up with her. It ended up that I'm sure she's going to talk about this. It ended up that she was unable to make it just through flight delays and things like that. Yes. So we ended up not being able to meet her, but SS, this is from our friend from Critium Handmade, she was having everybody over, so she still offered if any of us wanted to come, she would make traditional Indian
butter chicken.
So she made butter chicken, biryani, and I don't know how to say the dessert thing that she made, but oh my gosh, it was so good.
It was good. It was like a reduced milk till it was thickened down almost to a custard.
Yeah.
With fruit and nuts in it, and a little bit of like you said, some vanilla, cinnamon, maybe like a nutmeg or something in there. But, oh my gosh, it was delicious. It was so good. Absolutely
so it was
delicious.
Sheila and I, and then Ramona, and she's part of the Toronto Knitters Guild. Ramona, she's Ramona Firehorse on Instagram
and on Ravelry too.
Ravelry,
she knits beautifully. Oh my god, some of the stuff she knits.
Yeah, and she started sewing. I think that skirt she was wearing, she made.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So, anyway, so it was the three of us with SS and another friend of hers, and
that she taught to knit and is now making a bunch of things as well. She's doing really well.
So, we had this amazing lunch, and we talked a lot about knitting and projects, what we like to work on, and SS is getting herself ready for a fiber festival in the fall that she's going to be. She has a booth there. So yeah, it was just really nice, and then we had this amazing meal. Oh my gosh, it was so good. It was just so good. So that was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun, and that's pretty much what we've been up to the last couple of weeks. Since our last podcast. So we
and I wanted to show this to everybody just because Amanda's going through some stuff, but as I think I've mentioned this before, I have been writing some romance stuff, and so I have my first draft of it's kind of Harlequin-esque type book. So look at that.
A bluff in the Irishman's game.
Oh,
so interesting.
It's single spaced, but it's like 72 pages printed out.
Wow.
So anyway, I was hoping that Amanda could take a look at it, but I won't be seeing her for a few weeks yet.
I think give her another week or so.
Yeah.
And then she'll be able to. Then
maybe
in 2 weeks. Then she'll take it. She may want to do some reading, and if not, we can at least drop by and drop it off. Yeah. Because I don't think she'll mind.
So anyway, that's one of the reasons I haven't done a lot more is because I've been really focusing. I'm sort of in between.
She's finished my. I've written 2,000 words today.
I get so excited. So I'm sort of between some project things, and I thought, I was getting so close to the end, and I thought, I gotta get this done.
Let me get this done.
So that's what I've done, and it's pretty much my first draft.
It's fabulous. So, I think that's just amazing.
So yeah, I'm really happy with that. So that was what I have been working on as well.
Yeah.
But so that's pretty much all my craft stuff.
And mine too.
Mm-hmm.
I would love if any of you could think of a suggestion of a really nice baby dress. Let me know, because I'll look them all up and check them out. I have looked at quite a few.
So you're thinking like a pinafore style
dress?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that would be. Yeah.
Like sort of fitted across the bodice and then fuller in the bottom.
Yeah.
It's very traditional.
It is a very traditional one,
sure,
but
you would think there would be lots of patterns like that.
But there aren't. It's hard, and some of them, I've got some patterns that look like that, but I look at them and they look old. You know, like I want a more modern sort of version of it. Like I don't know if just changing the yarn would modernize it enough, right?
Yeah.
There's times I think
if you go with a really funky color, that will make it.
I know. Well, that's the one thing. Like there's sometimes I'll look at a wool and I know exactly what I can make out of it. And then there's other times I look at it and I know there's something that needs to be made out of it, but it just hasn't come to me yet.
So you're like Michelangelo, because Michelangelo used to, when he was carving, he said it was like the body, because he did a lot of sculptures of like human form. Yeah. And he would talk about releasing them from the marble. Yes. And so that's you're
I'm releasing it from the skein. That's too funny. Yeah. That's too funny. But yeah, that's like, that's just how I see it. Like I can look at a yarn and I'm going, oh yeah. And sometimes I can almost know exactly what pattern to use for that. Yeah. And then there's other times it's like,
this is beautiful and it's calling to me. There's something that's going to happen with this, but
I just don't know what yet. Yes, exactly.
So, a lot of mine are like that.
Yeah. I know, because I'm looking over there and I can see those two skeins. Yeah, the tweed one, but the gold one beside it, which is the other Georgian Bay fiber one. Yes, I'm going, that has to be a cable sock.
Oh, okay.
It has to be a cable. Okay. It's just, I don't know, there's just something about that, and I think a cable sock will be perfect for that. Yeah. So, and I do have some patterns for that, so.
Perfect.
Yeah, because I downloaded that one from Expression Fiber Arts.
Oh, yes.
Which, if any of you follow Shandy, I think that's how you pronounce her name. I think it's Shandy. Candy. Yeah. It's Chandi. She runs expressionfiberarts.com, and she has free pattern Friday. So every Friday she puts out a free pattern. Yeah.
So it's free for a week, and then it's for sale after that. Yeah.
Well, and for a week or just for the day?
No, I think it's for a week.
So she had one last week called Laramie Sock. And I saw that and I went, I've got just the yarn for it. And that yarn jumped into my head. So now I have to do that. But now I also need 2.25 millimeter needles, which I don't have.
Oh, I'll take a look when I go home, because I'm pretty sure I've got 2.25.
You've got probably several pairs, because that's the size you tend to use for your socks. I don't. I use 2.5s generally. Yeah. So I'm thinking, well, maybe if I go down a size...
Like a number of stitches, you mean?
Yeah, instead of using the size I usually do, go down a size. Yeah. Because I'm using slightly larger needles.
Yes. Yeah. So your stitch count would go down, but your needle size would stay the same.
Needle size would actually go. Yeah, I would use my 2.5s like I usually do. Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. I might be able to, because I've got my 2.5s, right? I've got those. I've got a couple pairs of those. So yeah. So that's what I'm thinking.
Do a gauge thing and see if it works.
I hate doing
that. I
generally do.
If I were making swatch, I don't either. But if I
know a lot of people do.
If I was going to do a sweater, I would definitely.
If I was going to do a full size sweater for me, I will do a gauge swatch. I'll do a gauge
swatch. But for socks, no.
Nah. I know. We all have our little things. Yeah. So, but other than that, that's pretty much it.
So please comment at the bottom or on our
Yes.
Ravelry
Yeah.
when I post the notes.
Even in the introduce yourself or whatever, like don't forget, like just
mention some
just mention something. Just send a message or
Yeah.
something on there in one of any of the chatter threads.
Yep.
And just let us know.
A little dress,
either a dress or just like just anything.
Or even actually,
just
I'm
comment.
kind of curious too.
It'd be
about
fun to hear about things.
like
what you're up to.
Pullovers for little boys. That that would
Yes.
definitely go well.
Yes.
And then also. I definitely want to see what you're doing with the cowl for the banner unfurled.
I'd love to see your yarn choices. I'd love to see the yarn choices.
As you can see, this is very unique looking.
Yes,
and
because
look how different mine looks.
Because exactly. When you see, she did hers in the red, white, and blue. That's why it's called Banner Unfurled.
Yeah.
But
the
mine,
designer.
the designer, and look at this. Like it looks completely different than a red, white, and blue.
This would look so amazing with jeans and a white t-shirt.
I know. It would look amazing I've got that really nice skirt too. That sort of jean, sort of the bluish skirt.
Yeah.
And I think it would with my white t-shirt. This would look perfect with that.
Yeah, it would. It would look amazing.
Yeah.
Or if you just had like a solid gray dress or something, it would look really nice. There's so much you could do with that.
Yeah. And
mine looks entirely different.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know. And that just goes to show you how just the yarn
switching up
can
the colors,
change how something looks. Look at all the Pure Joys. Go into the Pure Joys and look at all the different color choices people made. And one of the things I was thinking the other day. Oh, when we were at SS's, she had her Pure Joy out. Yeah. And I said, for a Pure Joy, I thought, right? Why not do each wedge in a different color, but keep the division, that little divider line between the wedges, the same color, but have a different color for each of those wedges. Yeah. That would be phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure people have done that.
I don't think so.
I would think that somebody would have done that by now, or have it like a gradient.
I know.
You could do it as a gradient. It would look amazing.
Yes.
And just with that, like contrasting, like you said, the dividing with the holes. Yes. And then the bottom one. Yeah. That would just look amazing.
I know. It would be because the contrast one would be your last wedge, right? Mm-hmm. If I knew how much each wedge took, I have a gray gradient that has 8.
Oh, right.
8.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't be able to do it with the small.
And I don't
because they're minis.
They're minis, but there's not enough of them. There's still like 500 yards in there total. Yeah, and it's not enough because total that one takes about 800. It takes about 800 because it's just over 400 for your main color and it's just under 400 for your contrast. Yeah. So it's about 800.
Yeah. Yeah. So it would. But if you had leftovers and some more than others, like this one, you probably have more.
I know.
You could do something like that with that one. But anyway, we are kind of rambling a little bit.
Yes, we are. So we're going to get going now. Yeah. And we will see you in 2 weeks, which will be. I've got August. The calendar. No, it will be August 3rd.
August 3rd.
Wow. So we will see you in a couple weeks, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye.
Bye.